Hey guys, what is up? Plastic Guy here, coming back with another, I guess it's a bundle video. In the last bundle video, I picked up a bunch of Spider-Man figures on eBay, but this time I actually managed to pick these figures up out in the wild. Last night, I was told about a local Comic-Con that I'd heard nothing about, but it sounded pretty interesting, so me and my pal went along the next morning to see what we could find. We went along, there was a couple action figure stalls, a couple comic stalls, and I was really only focused on the action figure ones, to be honest. So the first stall had a lot of really cool figures, a lot of old figures, a lot of new ones, but they were just a bit pricey. I knew I could pick up a lot of these figures on eBay for a bit cheaper. Even though I do prefer getting figures out in the wild, it just wasn't any figures that I was really wanting anyway. So I left that stall, went to the next one where I found all of these guys. And this still had a real big mix and match of figures. We had just lots of old Spider-Man figures and a lot of new ones, just lots of different characters. You had Batman, you're just typical superheroes really. But me being me, I was focused on Spider-Man and I ended up picking up these 5 figures. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to leave the link to this Comic-Con company down in the description below, because as I said, I'd not heard of this company. I found out about them the night before, and as far as I know, they travel around the UK or at least Scotland with these Comic-Cons and these events. So if you are local, if you're in the UK, definitely check this out, guys. Go along and see what you can find. I'll leave their link down in the description below. And while you're down there, guys, if you could do me a massive favour, hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. But let's not wait any longer, let's get right into this video and check out these figures that I picked up. So here is the bundle of figures that I picked up today. We've got MJ from, I think this is from Homecoming, it might be Far From Home, but I do believe it's Homecoming. We have this multi-posable ToyBiz Spider-Man that I believe came out like 92, 93 or 94. I was trying to look up the figures earlier on, and that's what I found of this guy. I found a lot of pictures in box, same articulation, but a bit of a different head sculpt. And then the only pictures I could find of this guy were out of box. If you know any more information, guys, let me know down in the comments below. But I believe this is a multi-posable ToyBiz from around 30 years ago, and I think that could be my favourite. So I'm going to save him till last. We've got the new Goblin from Spider-Man 3, another animated ToyBiz figure. This came out in the later 90s, and then black suited Spider-Man 3 with some battle damage going on, or might not even be battle damage, it's probably just when he's ripping the suit off. So we'll go through each one of these individually and take a closer look at them. I will say what I think of them. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know that I actually hate these 5-inch Hasbro Spider-Man 3 figures. They just don't really appeal to me much at all. I do have a couple that were already in my collection from being a kid, so we'll compare them as well. But yeah, let's break them out one by one. I did get these 5 figures and basically got this one for free because, as I said, not a massive fan of the Spider-Man 3 figures. I asked if you'd hit the price down a wee bit because I did not want to pay £10, and he very kindly just flung it in because I was getting these 4. And yeah, I did get New Goblin as well, but he was only £4, and I just kind of liked the unmasked variant as I already had him from when he was originally released back in the day. So I think we should start with MJ. So as far as I know, this is MJ from a Spider-Man Homecoming 2-pack. I don't know if there was any other MJ figures released apart from that 2-pack release, so I'm not too sure. It's a figure that I've wanted for a while to have this character. I just never really actively pursued it, and when I saw her sitting there for £10, I knew I had to grab her, especially because the 3rd film in the trilogy is about to be released. It's going to be our 3rd film, a good character from the series, and would be a good character to pose next to Spider-Man. I do really like MJ, especially in Far From Home. So yeah, I'm really happy with this pickup, and it looks pretty decent. That is a good likeness to, is it Zendaya? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not too sure. But great likeness there, and then you've got a decent body sculpt. I mean, it's a good outfit. You've got a fisted hand, so I suppose she can help Spider-Man with some action, and then a wall crawling hand. No, I'm only kidding, just a kind of open hand. Although Don't know, could be a wall crawling hand. Who knows what's going to happen in this third film. Good detail throughout, you know, on the jeans and that here. And you've got the boots as well. Once again, some nice detail on the buckle and things. Overall, really happy with this figure. I think it looks great. Definitely will have to pose it next to Tom Holland's Spidey. So next up, let's go for Black Suited Spider-Man. Okay, so opening him up, he's a lot more different to what I thought. I didn't realise this whole ab area was ripped open as well. Oh, he's got a battle feature. Fantastic. Nice one, Hasbro. Yeah, so this is how it's going to look. What is this? Oh my god. But yeah, kind of wish we got more of the chest logo. But I do quite like the kind of damaged look as well. I hate this action feature. What on earth is that? Really don't care for that. Head sculpt is alright. Definitely gives me Spider-Man 1 ToyBiz head sculpt vibes. In fact, it looks very similar. So I wouldn't be surprised if they shrunk that down. The back logo. What is that? Like, what is this? I mean, this is really... I know I'm kind of looking for excuses because I've said time and time again that I don't like this line. But what is that? Why would you not just have a normal looking spider logo? What is the need for that? And maybe I'm missing something. Maybe this came with some sort of accessory. If you know, let me know down below. But yeah, that just looks awful. The webbing isn't too bad, I guess. Like, it's nicely sculpted. There's not really much paint on it. But nah, that's not too bad. The articulation is absolutely horrible. We can move his head, can move at the elbow here, but there's nothing in the wrist. Got this waist action feature. Move the leg forward, can't move it. Oh, you can move it out. You can move it out a lot. You've got the tears here, which look pretty good, but then what is this? Like, gonna have to have him standing all weird. Can't wait to try and get him to stand for the photo at the end, for the thumbnail. That's gonna be great. Yeah, I don't know. This is what it is. Thankfully, I'd never actually paid for him, because if I did, I'd be pretty disappointed. But I kind of knew that going into it anyway. So I guess we'll just go for a new Goblin now. Seems we've already had the disappointment of Black Suited Spider-Man. It can't get any worse, can it? I don't think so. Okay, here is Harry. And does it look like James Franco? Absolutely not. I mean, that is... that is pretty bad. That is... yeah, man. Okay, so we've got some paint chipping on the hair there. Absolutely no likeness to the new Goblin in the film. Nice wide open hand. I think he did come with pumpkin bombs, if I remember the other one that I got. Okay, no articulation in the knees here. That's weird. The other one I've got is totally different articulation. But I don't know. Overall, it looks not too bad. We definitely get him standing next to some other figures later on. But yeah, not too bad overall, look-wise, apart from that head sculpt. I thought it would be more articulated, and I could have bought one with the glider for £8, £4 more than what I paid for that one, but I just wasn't too bothered, if I'm being totally honest. I thought I'd save the £4 for something else. Yeah, we'll go for this. So this might have came out in 97, 98, 99 sort of time. This is the new animated series Spider-Man from ToyBiz, and I've always liked the look of these guys. They always pop up on eBay, can always get them for around £10. And seeing them in the con today, I knew I'd pick them up because decent price. I do like the look of them. And it's just a fun piece, really. I like the new animated series, but just for a Spider-Man figure, it's pretty decent. And I believe, I can't remember now, I think it's Web Glider. I'll try and shove an image in here of what I'm talking about, but I tried to research this figure a wee bit earlier on, and from what I can make out, because he doesn't have any whipping hands or anything like that, I think this is the web gliding Spider-Man, especially because there's a wee space here to insert something in, but this seems to be pretty much the standard base mold for these new animated series figures. and I like him. Nice bold colours, not much articulation at all. These joints are pretty stiff. I don't know if someone's maybe tightened the screws a wee bit or whatnot, but nice and stiff. I thought these would be loose because they are super old. But nice stiff joints. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So decent amount of articulation. You're not going to get them posing all over the place, but not too bad. And yeah, I'm happy with this guy. And here we go. As I said, wanted to save this guy for last because I think he's going to be my favourite. I cannot wait to take some photos of this guy. He looks such a fun wee figure. And let's just take a closer look at him here. So once again, I'll try and shove some photos in to try and explain what I'm talking about. Tried to research him a bit. What I could find out is these sort of figures came out 92, 93, 94. I do believe it's ToyBiz, and they were called multi-posable Spider-Man figures. And I can see a lot in the packaging, but they have different, not necessarily sculpted faces, but just different paintworks. A lot of the pictures I see of this specific looking one are all out of box, so yeah, I don't know if it was released around the same times as the one in box that I'm talking about, but once again guys, if you know, let me know down below. I really like the look of this guy overall. Yeah, the head is a bit weird looking, but it's fun. It looks just, I don't know, it's not too bad, it's just a bit wonky. But then the body looks excellent, especially the fact that this figure is about 30 years old. I really like the look of the body overall. Definitely a lot of articulation, you know, coming out here. Is that an upper bicep swivel? It looks like it, but I can't, nah, it's not. You can get the elbow moving, and then you can also move it around at the wrist. I like how he has a kind of wall crawling hand and the thwipping hand here. You can get him moving at the waist. He also has torso articulation. You know, the legs are going to move how you'd expect them to. For an old figure, I think this is really great, and I actually can see yourself like getting this figure into some great poses. So as I said, I can't wait to take some photos of him, and I'll shove them up on my Instagram. And then just at the end of the video here, I wanted to pose these two guys next to one another because it really just shows the 30 years evolution of Spider-Man figures. You've got this one that was released, as I said, almost 30 years ago. And then you've got the new Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man that was released, was it last year? I can't really remember. And it's pretty crazy just to see how far these figures have come, just on this character alone. So there we go guys, that's about it for this video and looking at these figures that I picked up from the local Comic-Con. It was a really good event and I'm really glad I managed to pick these guys up. Overall, I just think they're really fun figures, especially these Spider-Men. They're definitely my favourite. I love the Marvel Legends MJ, really happy to add her to my collection, and I pretty much still hate the Spider-Man 3 figures, they're awful. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think, especially considering the Spider-Man 3 figures. I'm sure a lot of folk love them, or they're probably a bit more nostalgic for them. To me, it's the ToyBiz Spider-Man 2 and the ToyBiz Spider-Man 1 figures that are really my favourite. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, if you agree or disagree with anything I've said. I'd love to know what you guys think. While you're down there guys, if you could hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed for future videos, and I'll also leave the link to my Instagram down in the description below. With all that being said guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll catch yous on the flip-flop later. Cheers.